Alright, so today I'm going to explain how a golf ball's dimples affect the shot. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm going to try to show you. There are different sizes of dimples in this golf ball with different depths. Okay, so when a golf ball actually is hit, I got a club over here. When a golf ball is hit with the club face, this is what the club face looks like. Alright, the club normally is coming down at an angle and will hit the ball first before hitting the ground and then coming up. So what happens with that is it creates a backspin to the golf ball, which generates the lift of the golf ball and helps lift it in the air and keep it in the air longer, have more hang time, and it actually allows for further shots than what a flat golf ball would be. So it's almost like putting your hand out of the window of a vehicle and you can feel the air kind of go around your hand and you can wave it around and it feels kind of weird. With a golf ball, there's actually an air pocket that goes around it and it reduces the outside drag on the ball, so basically friction and stuff from the air. It helps prevent that a little bit, but when you have a real breezy wind, it doesn't really help that much, as I play quite a bit and that doesn't really help. Um, so basically, drag is like friction on the ball. It's preventing it from going forward. It doesn't really. It's basically like wind. I mean, blowing against you and you're trying to walk against it in a hurricane. Think of it that way. I mean, you got 70-mile-per-hour winds. You're walking into it. You've seen what happens on the news. It blows people over. All that fun stuff. But when we have lift creating that, and then you got the drag, you also got the velocity. And this all depends on how fast you actually swing the club, because the club speed's going to be probably around an average golfer, maybe 80 or so, while the pro golfers can swing up to like, here's an example where Tiger Woods swings at about um, Tiger Woods swings about like 110 miles per hour, maybe even more, and that generates a ball speed that can go up to like 180 miles per hour. If you get hit with that, that's gonna hurt. But what that does is all this stuff affects the flight of the golf ball. So basically, in aerodynamic sense, they figured out that these dimples here can actually create the air pocket around it, and it generates the backspin, and it can turn back and go forward as it usually does, um, depending on what way the ball is going. It actually, once you hit it and it starts the backspin, if you have forward spin, it's either going to go front and left or front and right, and that determines the front and left usually has more forward spin, while the right side normally generates more backspin. But the velocity of the ball is basically just the speed that it travels. So I mean, 180 miles per hour is pretty fast. Travel up to 300 yards with a driver. With the club I just had, I can hit at about 200, 220. So basically, the velocity of the golf ball is affected by drag, as well as the the backspin that generates the lift. If you have this outside force acting on the golf ball, just pushing up against it, it does hold it up in the air and just kind of push it back. And there have been balls that float back quite a bit. Um, if the ball hits a bird in mid-air, it's going to stop its velocity by quite a bit. So hitting a bird in the air, the golf ball is just going to go and then probably drop, maybe go forward, maybe go backwards just a little bit, but it's not going very far after that. If it hits like a cart path, which is normally made out of concrete, it'll normally keep bouncing along, so that's going to keep the velocity kind of going just a little bit, and that actually causes damage to the golf ball too. So The velocity of the golf ball forces the ball forward, and acted upon by the ground and other objects, it can slow it down or speed it up significantly. Is affected by so many things, and even aerodynamics people pretty much can't figure out a better way to make a golf ball than what they already have. So basically the equipment is almost done being developed, and it's pretty much as far as they can take it. Everything's up to the swing now and how the people rely on their own dynamics and how they swing. But yeah, that's it. Just the drag on the golf ball holds it up, generates the lift with the backspin when it hits the club, creates that air pocket that helps prevent a lot of the outside air from affecting it, even though rain can affect it. But yeah, that's it. That's what a golf ball does when it's flying in the air, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks. Bye.